Hi YouTube and welcome to Maria's Kitchen. For today I have another dessert for you and it's called coconut tres leche. So if you are a tres leche fan, stay tuned so that you can learn this quick and easy recipe. The first thing you need to do is preheat your oven at 350 degrees and grease your pan. I ran out of spray, so I buttered my pan, okay, and set that off to the side. You're gonna need a bowl. Using a white cake mix, Pillsbury. You're gonna need coconut. You're gonna need 4 eggs, 2 sticks of butter, and you're gonna need coconut milk to do the cake. So I'm following the back of the recipe. The only thing is that instead of using 3 eggs, I'm using 4 eggs. And instead of using half a cup of oil, I am using 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter. And instead of 1 cup of milk, I'm replacing it with 1 cup of coconut milk. Sorry, instead of 1 cup of water, I'm replacing it with 1 cup of coconut milk. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'll show you step by step. Okay? Dump it into your bowl. Alright, here I have 4 eggs, 4 medium eggs. Here I have 4 sticks of, 2 sticks of butter, softened. Okay, take this off to the side. And then here I have a can of coconut milk. I'm not going to use the whole can. I'm just going to use 1 cup. Okay, you can use any brand of coconut milk that you want. Okay, set that off to the side. And last but not least, we're going to use half a cup of shredded coconut flakes. Okay. And last, you're just going to use a whisk. You're going to whisk it until everything is well incorporated. Okay? If you have a mixer, you can use a mixer, a hand mixer or a stand mixer. I have both, but I don't want to use both today. Okay, so we're looking for very minimal lumps. If you have big lumps, then and you put it to cook like that, then you're gonna have pockets of powder. And we don't need that. You're gonna have an uneven cake. We want this to be cooked as even as possible. Here's one more thing that I'm gonna add to this. Okay. Just mix it a little bit more. So we're gonna add vanilla extract, and I'm using clear because I want the cake to remain white. That's why I'm not using the brown vanilla extract. So we're gonna use 2 capfuls. That's it. And keep mixing. You're gonna mix until you until everything is well mixed, which means you see these little pockets of bubbles. Some of them are still big. That one right there, we want them as small as possible. Okay, so I'm ready to pour it into my pan. If you have a 13x9 pan, you can use that. Or you can just use a disposable aluminum tray, which is what you can see I'm doing right here. So if you didn't catch it earlier, 350 degrees, your oven should already be preheated. And you are going to cook this. I cook it until I stick a fork in it and it's done. I don't time it. I can tell by looking at it. but I'll let you know. It should be about half an hour to 45 minutes. So I'll pay attention to it so that I can let you know how long I put mine. Okay, and spread it evenly. Okay, one more thing I like to do, is to take out any air bubbles. You don't want any pockets of air. Pop this in the oven and cook for about half an hour to 45 minutes, or until nice and golden, and you stick a fork in it and it's done. Okay, so here I have a blender that I'm going to use now. You could do it by hand, but I'm going to do it by blender because I'm using Coco Lopez, and I really want it to be broken up. So I'm using 2 cups of whole milk. Now, if you do not want to use whole milk, you don't have to use whole milk. You can use the soy milk, the one that's flavored coconut, or the almond, or the Blue Diamond brand that they have it in coconut. You can use that, 2 cups of that. And I'm using 1 can of coconut milk. Using 1 can, this is 15 ounce of Coco Lopez, which is real cream of coconut. This is not coconut milk, this is the cream, so this is thick. You see the top here, this is thick, see? It's not moving, okay? So I'm gonna scoop it in, the whole can. So this can, the top part is the cream, and then the bottom part is liquid. That's why you see me putting it in the blender, because I want to make sure that it's all of the cream is broken up. Alright. And last, we put half a cup of shredded coconut into the cake mix. Now we're going to put another half a cup of shredded coconut into the blender for the milk mixture so that it can really break it up. Now to this, I'm not going to add any vanilla extract because I already put it into the cake, and I really want the milk to taste more like coconut. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and blend this. Okay, so my 3 leche coconut milk is ready. So I'm gonna set it off to the side. Now I want to explain something. The reason why I'm not using, typically when you're making 3 leche, you use a can of sweetened condensed milk. I'm not using that because the crema de coco, the cream of coconut, is very sweet, so that replaces the sweetened condensed milk. So just don't think that I made a mistake, or don't add the crema de coco and the sweetened condensed milk, because then your cake is just going to be too sweet, too wet, and then when you cut into the cake, it's just going to break apart, and nobody wants a mushy cake. Okay, so I took it out of the oven, 350 degrees, and I left it for about 35 minutes. I checked it at half an hour. I put a toothpick in it, and it was still coming out wet, so I had to leave it a little longer. I left it 5 minutes more. So this is out the oven. Just took it out, and I'm going to work with it hard. You're going to take a fork, and you're just going to make holes. Now, you're not going to make holes and move around, because then you're going to break the cake. I'm not trying to break the cake. We're just making holes so that the milk can go in easier. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I like to work with it hot. So, we're going to start to pour the milk over, and just really let the cake soak it in. You're gonna see that it's gonna soak up all the milk. soak it in, and then you pour more. You see it's soaking it in. You see the milk disappearing little by little. Let's turn off the oven. Okay. We're gonna pour some more. Okay, you may have some milk over, which is fine. We're gonna wait to see how much of this milk it takes. The point is that you want it to soak up all the milk. You don't want to leave it with this much milk. It'll be too much milk. Okay, so I soaked up all my milk. Don't worry about the top. You're gonna put frosting on top. So I'm using Cool Whip. You can use any one you have. I have light, so if you want to do it yourself, the whipped cream frosting yourself, then you can make it yourself. Okay, you're gonna put generous amount. This is a big tub, so I'm putting about half. This tub is 16 ounce, so basically you're gonna use an 8 ounce. You need an 8 ounce. They didn't have 8 ounce. They ran out of 8 ounce, so I only had so that's why you see me with the 16 ounce. Okay, so spread it evenly. Okay, I'm gonna have to add some more. We're gonna take some more. Okay, gonna add a little bit more here. A little bit more to this corner right here. Okay, so even it out as much as possible. Get it as neat as you can. Okay, so I got it as even as I can. You can get a better look at it. Okay, so now next we're going to add the shredded coconut on top. Now, if you want, you can take the coconut and toast it and then put it on top. Or if you want to eliminate that process, then you can just put it like this. Okay, and then the package that I'm using, this is a 7 ounce. And you see I still have this much left, so I didn't use the whole package. Okay, and then the last thing is you're just gonna decorate it with a cherry right on top. The cherry is optional. Okay, so put it in the refrigerator. You could either leave it overnight or you can leave it at least until it gets cold. You gotta leave it a few hours. Okay, don't cut it right away because right now it's the bottom of it still feels pretty hot or warm. So I wouldn't recommend you cutting it now. Okay, so thank you for liking my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm sorry, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos.